Hi, welcome back to Flux Yoga. My name is Daphna. Today we are getting into a really nice daily slow flow. So this practice is going to be kind of targeting all of the different spaces within the body, whether it is the hamstrings, the glutes, the spine, the side body, and we're going to take a really nice kind of balanced stretch for the whole entire body. We'll be taking it slow, breath by breath, and allowing ourselves to move in a way that helps us feel just a little bit more connected and a little bit more grounded. I do recommend having a pair of blocks next to you. If you don't have blocks, that's okay. You can always use a water bottle or kind of a really thick, large book. That could be really helpful. And so whatever prop you're using, I suggest having one at the front of the mat and one at the back of the mat. So we aren't really moving in a mandala style flow today. We are going to be moving a little bit more linear, facing the front of the mat, but you can set up your mat however is comfortable for you. So we're gonna go ahead and get started standing at the back of the mat. You can place your feet at hips distance here. Allow the arms to just rest along the sides of the waist and give yourself an opportunity to close down the eyes here, starting with a couple of cleansing breaths. So let's take an inhale from the nose and a big sigh out through the mouth. A deep breath in from the nose. Big sigh out through the mouth. And again, another inhale and exhale. Notice the way that the soles of your feet connect to the ground and really root down here. Allow yourself to start to instill Pada Bandha or foot lock, rooting through the big toe, the pinky toe, and the heel, to create that connection and to create a foundation for your practice. Begin to blink the eyes open, taking in the space in front of you. We will inhale to stretch the arms all the way up overhead. Exhale, collect the palms of the hands together at your heart. Let's do that one more time. Inhale, stretch the arms all the way up. Exhale, collect the palms of the hands together at the heart. With your next inhale, we'll stretch both arms all the way back up overhead. Cross the right ankle directly behind the left ankle. Grab a hold of the right wrist and make a little bend in your left knee as you stretch the right fingers to the left side. Begin to peek underneath that right arm and that right shoulder, finding a really nice stretch on the right side of your body. Let's take an inhale right here. Stay here for the exhale. Inhale, lift yourself up through center. Exhale, slowly fold yourself over your legs. Grab a hold of that block if the ground feels really far away. I'll demonstrate with the block. If you feel like you don't need it, you can rest your hands on the ground. We'll take an inhale, finding a half lift, lengthen through the spine. Exhale, fold yourself forward and over that left leg, keeping as much of a bend in that left knee as you need, feeling a really nice stretch in the right hamstring. With your next inhale, once again, let's find a half lift. And as we exhale, we'll kind of walk the block over towards the right, kind of outside of the feet, feeling a really nice stretch through the left side of the body. So I want to kind of recommend that you start to pull that left hip back and pull the right hip forward, feeling a really nice stretch through the left side here. We'll take a big breath in, big breath out. Good. Walk the block back out in front of you and roll up to standing one vertebra at a time, nice and slow. Good. Uncross the right ankle from behind the left, and now cross your left ankle behind the right. Reach the arms all the way up overhead, inhale. Grab the left wrist or that left hand as you inhale. Exhale, little bend in the right knee as you reach the left fingers over towards the right. Peek underneath the left arm, finding a really beautiful long line through the left side of your body. Let's take a big breath in, big breath out. Another big breath in, big breath out. Inhale back through center with the arms. Exhale, release your hands as you fold yourself forward and over the right leg. If you used a block on the first side, grab that block again, place it underneath your hands. You'll take an inhale for a half lift. Exhale to fold over the right leg, this time finding as much of a bend as you need in the right knee so that you can really breathe into the left hamstring here. Let's take a deep breath in where we are. Deep breath out. Slowly with your next inhale, find your half lift. And as we exhale, this time we'll walk our hands with the block over towards the left side. Find a little bit of length in the spine, and as you exhale, bump the right hip back as the left hip bumps forward, breathing this time into the right hamstring, into the right side body. Let's take a deep inhale here. Deep breath out. Another inhale here. Exhale out. Good. With your next inhale, start to lift yourself halfway, and we'll slowly place the block back to the side of the mat as we roll up nice and slow all the way back up to standing. Uncross the left ankle from the right. Inhale, stretch your arms all the way back up overhead. Exhale, hinge and fold yourself forward. Place the palms of your hands to the ground and slowly walk yourself forward into a downward facing dog. Press the palms of the hands into the ground. Tuck your chin into your chest and give yourself a moment just to start to pedal out between the legs. One knee bends as the other extends, starting to warm up through the body in our downward dog. Really nice. Slowly with your next inhale, ripple forward into a high plank. Tuck the tailbone under, push down through the palms of the hands. Take an inhale in that plank. Exhale, downward facing dog, send the hips up and back. Let's do that 2 more times. Inhale, ripple forward into your high plank. Stay here for the exhale, activate through the core, hug the navel into the spine. Inhale here. Exhale for that down dog. And once more, inhale to ripple forward into your high plank. Stay here for the exhale, activate through the whole body. Take one more breath in. Exhale for your downward facing dog. Really, really nice. With your next inhale, come back into that high plank. Exhale, lower your right knee to the ground. Coming into a supported side plank. The right foot will swivel to the space behind you, and the inner edge and left heel will come down towards the ground. So those left toes are pointing to the long edge of the mat that you're looking at. Right knee is pointing in that same direction. Inhale, reach your left hand up towards the ceiling. Try to look up towards the left thumb with your gaze. Flex into your left foot and float your left foot off of the ground here. Breathe for 3. Bring your attention to the right arm. Make sure that you're not kind of like dipping into it. Make sure that it's not bent. Keep the arm straight. Push down through the palm of the hand. Keep pushing down through that right knee and press the hips forward. Flex through that left foot, lift it a little higher. You'll take another inhale right here. Try to open through the chest. Exhale, lower your left foot and reach your left arm overhead, finding a beautiful line through the left side body. Think of creating almost like a rainbow arch through the side of the body. We'll take another inhale right where we are. Stay for the exhale. Good. Start to circle the left hand to the ground and walk your hands out in front of you. So it's almost like you're coming into a tabletop with that left leg extended. Make your way into thread the needle. Palm of the left hand stays down. Inhale, reach the right arm all the way up towards the ceiling. Look up towards the right thumb. Exhale, thread the right hand through, rest right shoulder down onto the ground. Left arm stretches up towards the ceiling as you take an inhale. Exhale, wrap your left hand around the lower back and try to spin the gaze up a little higher towards the ceiling, kind of rolling further back to the back of the head. Let's take an inhale here. Stay here for the exhale. Another breath in, breath out. Inhale, reach your left hand back up. Exhale, place the palm of the hand down. Push into the ground as you unthread the right arm, push the right hand onto the ground. Slowly start to walk your hands towards the left foot for a really nice stretch for the inner left thigh. So very similarly to when we were taking those kind of side stretches right in the beginning of the practice, I want you to try to send the right hip in the opposite direction of the right shoulder. So pull the right hip back, pull the left hip forward. You should feel a really nice stretch through the right side body as well as the inner left thigh. Let's take a deep inhale here and an exhale. Beautiful. Slowly begin to walk your hands all the way back to the front of the mat. So the whole body will rotate to come into that one line with your mat here and meet back in a high plank. The right leg will extend back to meet the left. We'll take an inhale here. Exhale for a downward facing dog. Good. Inhale in that down dog. And exhale, push through the palms of the hands, press your chest back to your thighs. Inhale, ripple forward into your high plank. Repeat the whole thing on the left now. So your left knee will come down towards the mat, and we're swiveling the left foot over towards the left. The inner edge of the right foot as well as the right heel will meet the ground for that side plank or supported side plank variation. Reach your right arm up towards the ceiling and look up towards the right thumb. Flex the right foot, float the right foot from the ground, and we'll breathe here. Again, bring your attention to your left hand. Make sure that you're not kind of dipping into the shoulder and bending the elbow. Keep the arm extended, push down through the palm of the hand. Squeeze through the tush as you press your hips forward. Reach up high through the right fingers. Keep the right leg active and try to lift the leg up a little higher. Lift through the chest. Take another breath in right here. Another breath out. One more inhale. Exhale, gently rest your right foot down on the ground. Reach the right hand overhead for a really nice side stretch in the right side body. Allow yourself to create kind of like a rainbow arch with the side of the waist. Take a big inhale right here. Take a breath out. Really good. That right hand will circle down towards the ground. Slowly walk your hands to the right long edge of the mat so that you're coming into that same sort of tabletop position. Really good. Creating that thread the needle shape, your left hand will stretch up towards the ceiling. Inhale. Exhale, thread it underneath the right. Rest the left shoulder and cheek on the mat. Right arm will reach up towards the ceiling and wrap around the lower back. Breathe into the spine here. Try to roll further and further towards the back of the head so that you deepen the twist more and more. We'll take another 2. One more big breath in. And good. That right hand will stretch back up towards the ceiling as you inhale. Exhale, plant the palm, unthread the left hand. Really good. Now start to walk your hands over towards the right foot. Palms of the hands reach towards that right foot. And try to remember what we did last time. Your left hip will pull back as the right hip will pull forward. Press into the palms of the hands and try to send some weight into the left knee. You should feel the inner right thigh this time and the left side of the waist. Let's take a big breath in, big breath out. Another big breath in, big breath out. Once again, another inhale where you are, and an exhale. Beautiful. Palms of the hands will slowly start to make their way all the way to the front of the mat. We are unraveling the body to meet back in that aligned high plank. Your left foot will meet the right foot, high plank, hold, inhale. Exhale, take your chaturanga. You can lower the knees to the ground if you need to. Bend the elbows back to frame the rib cage for that tricep push-up. And then inhale for a back bend of choice, either cobra or upward dog. As you peel the chest open, press the shoulder blades down the back and squeeze them together as you lift your gaze. Take an inhale. Exhale for your downward facing dog. Send the sits bones up and back. We'll take a big breath in right here and a big breath out. Good. Slowly begin to walk your hands all the way back to meet your feet at the back of the mat. Find a nice deep bend in the knees. Grab a hold of your big toes with 3 fingers. So the index and middle finger will thread between the big toe and the second toe, and then your thumb will wrap around the big toe so that you are holding onto the toes with those 3 fingers. Nice deep bend in the knees. As you inhale, find length in your spine. Exhale, Padangusthasana. Slowly fold yourself forward and over your legs. Use the strength of your arms to pull yourself towards the legs, but keep the legs active as you push down through the soles of the feet, and think of elevating your sits bones higher towards the ceiling. Let's take a big inhale here. Big exhale out. A big inhale here. Big exhale out. And again, another inhale and exhale. Slowly with your next inhale, begin to roll yourself all the way up to standing, nice and slow, moving 1 vertebra at a time. Really, really nice. Good. Coming into some balancing postures. Shift the weight of the body into the right foot and place your hands over your waist. Slowly float your left foot off of the ground, flex through that left foot. Figure 4 chair, your left ankle will cross over your right thigh. Sit your hips down and back into that chair pose. Hands will come to your heart center. Breathe for 3. Try to press that left knee down and away from the body. Breathe for 2. Keep the left foot flexed, keep the left glute active, and keep your chest lifted as the hips try to lower. Let's take 1 more big breath in right here. Stay here for the exhale. Good. Come all the way back up to standing. Hug that left knee into the chest as you inhale. Exhale, twist Shiva, dancing Shiva. The right hand will come to the left knee. Circle your left hand behind your back. The object here is to find your balance. So first, find a drishti or a focal point in front of you so that you can kind of look to that spot. And once you feel stable, you have the option of turning the gaze back towards your left hand. Good. You'll take a deep breath in. It really challenges the balance here, even for someone that is experienced and comfortable. Let's take 1 more inhale here and another exhale out. Good. Slowly circle that left hand all the way forward again. Place your hands over your waist again. Flex through the left foot and kick the left leg forward. Hold for 3. Try not to lean back with the chest. Try to keep your shoulders and your hip bones aligned. Let's breathe here for 2. Try to lift your left leg a little higher. And let's take 1 more inhale. Exhale, step your left foot to the middle of the mat. And then swivel the right toes out slightly to 45 degrees. Setting up for a pyramid fold. Inhale, roll the shoulders back as you lift the chest. Exhale, hinge from the waist as you fold forward. You can grab the block that's at the back of the mat and just a little reach with your right hand. And if you need it, you can place the block in front of your left foot for support. Inhale, find a long spine, wrap the left hip back, the right hip forward. Exhale, fold over your left leg. Think of pulling your chin towards your shin. And we'll breathe here for just another 2. Take a deep breath in. Once again, another inhale. Good. With your inhale, find a long spine. Exhale, step your right foot to meet the left. Good, you can go ahead and set that block aside here. Hands will come to the shins as you inhale, find a long spine. Exhale, fold yourself forward and over your legs. Roll up to standing, one vertebra at a time, nice and slow. And going into our left side. The hands will come onto the waist, transfer the weight into your left foot, right knee floats into the chest. Flex the right foot, you'll take a big breath in. Figure 4 chair, cross right ankle over left thigh and sit your hips nice and low. Hands will come to your heart center and take a moment just to find your stability and find your balance. That right knee will try to actively press down towards the ground as you squeeze through the right glute and stay active in the hips. Try to sit the hips further back if possible and try to lift your chest up away from your thighs. We'll take another 2. Another big breath in. Good, come all the way back up to standing, hug the right knee into the chest. Dancing Shiva, your left hand comes to the right knee, circle the right arm over behind you. Again, for that stability, find your drishti or your focal point out in front of you. Once you feel stable, you have the option of gazing all the way back towards the right thumb. Take your time, and again, if it's challenging for most people. So just give yourself some grace here if you're losing your balance a little bit. It's okay. We practice balancing postures to get better at balancing. So just allow yourself to fumble here if that's what happens. It's okay. We'll take another inhale here. Exhale, slowly circle that right hand out in front of you. Bring both hands to your waist. Kick the right leg out in front of you and hold for 3. Flex through the foot and try to lift the leg up from the thigh. Keep shoulders, hips, and left foot aligned, so try not to lean back. We'll take one more big breath in. One more big breath out. And inhale. Exhale, step the right foot to the front of the mat and angle the left toes out at 45 degrees. For that pyramid fold, let's inhale. Roll the shoulders back, wrap right hip back and left hip forward. Exhale, hinge from the hips as you fold. If you used a block, then you have a block now at the front of the mat that you can reach for to place in front of the right foot. Inhale for a half lift. Exhale, right hip back, left hip forward to fold over the right thigh. And we'll breathe here for 3. Think chin to shin. Breathe here for 2. Encourage the length in your spine. One more big breath in. And a big breath out. Inhale to find a half lift. Exhale, step your left foot to meet the right. Keep your feet close together at the front of the mat, and you can go ahead and set that block aside again. Hands will come to your shins as you inhale for a half lift, long spine, think of arching into the lower back. Exhale, fold yourself forward and over your legs. Roll up to standing nice and slow here. Place the palms of the hands together at your heart. Come onto the tippy toes. Lift your heels from the ground as you inhale. Exhale for a toe stand. In slow motion, begin to bend your knees to sit the hips nice and low towards the heels. How slowly can you bend those knees? How much slower can you lower the hips? Really try to slow down the process here. Avoid speeding up. Good. Pull the knees to the line of the hips. Pull the shoulders to the line of the hips so that you create a 90-degree angle at the waist. We'll take a big breath in right here. Squeeze your heels towards one another and stay here for the exhale. Really nice. Slowly start to reach your fingertips forward. Create some space between the knees. Sink the heels towards the ground and walk the fingertips out in front of you. Feeling a really, really nice stretch at the lower back as well as the hips here. Let's take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Another deep breath in Deep breath out. Good. Slowly walk your hands into the body. With or without the help of your hands, you can bring them behind you if you need to. Sit the bum all the way down onto the ground. We'll extend the legs all the way out in front of us here. Good. Bend into the right knee. Pull the knee in towards your chest. Cross the right ankle over the left thigh. Coming into half Lord of the Fishes with that bottom leg extended. Right hand will come behind the back. Inhale, reach your left arm up towards the ceiling. Exhale, either hook your left elbow over the right knee or hug the right knee with the left hand. Coming into your twist as you look over that right shoulder. We're here for 2. Deep breath in and out. Inhale to look forward. Exhale to unravel the twist, coming into half Gomukhasana. So the right foot will come to the outside of the left glute as your right knee stacks over your left knee. We'll take an inhale, find a long spine here. Exhale, slowly walk your hands forward as you fold over the legs. It's okay if you don't reach your left foot. Just think of creating enough space in your legs here to where you feel a nice stretch in that right glute. We'll take a deep breath in, deep breath out. Another deep breath in, deep breath out. Beautiful. Slowly with your next inhale, come all the way back up into a seat. Hug your right knee into your chest. Place your right hand behind it. Pull your left knee into your chest and left hand behind it. Navasana boat pose. Reach the hands forward. Hold for 3. Good. Really lift your chest here. Hold for 2. Encourage your gaze towards the big toes. Hold for 1. Good. Gently release your fingertips to the ground. Release your legs to the ground. Right leg extends forward. Left ankle crosses over the right thigh. Left hand behind your back. Inhale, reach your right arm high. Exhale, either hook the elbow over the left knee or hug the left knee for your twist. Breathe here. Inhale as you look over the left shoulder. Exhale to twist a little bit deeper. Deep breath in, deep breath out. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, unravel the twist. Half Gomukhasana, the left foot comes to the outside of the right glute as you stack left knee above right knee. Fingertips reach towards the ground to frame the legs. Inhale, long spine. Exhale, fold yourself over the legs as much as is available to you. Feeling a nice stretch through that left glute. Let's breathe here for just another 2. A deep breath in, deep breath out. Beautiful. With your next inhale, let's roll back up into a seat, coming back into Navasana just one more time. Left knee hugs into the chest, right knee hugs into the chest, hands reach forward, breathe for 3. Encourage a lift in the chest, allow the toes to align with your eyes, breathe for 2. Lift through the heart space, pull the knees closer to the chest. One more inhale here. Exhale, bring your feet at hips distance to the ground. Hands settle up behind you, fingertips face forward, setting up for our reverse tabletop. Squeeze the shoulder blades together, puff the chest to the ceiling, inhale. Exhale, squeeze the tush as you scoop the hips from the ground, lift them up towards the ceiling. Option to look forward towards the navel. Option to look up towards the ceiling. An option to extend the chin to the space behind you. As you breathe here for just another 3, another 2, one more big breath in. Slowly inhale to look forward. Exhale, sit the hips down to the ground. Hands will come behind your thighs as you inhale, open through the chest. Exhale, roll down as slowly as you can, slowing down in all of the places you want to speed up. Really good. So for the cooling part of practice, we've got a couple of options. If you're not very comfortable coming into a shoulder stand, then you have the option of taking your legs up the wall, arms just along the sides of the waist, palms facing down. If you do want to come into your shoulder stand, then you'll lift your legs up, arms reach towards the sides of the waist, squeeze the shoulder blades together, and then swing the legs behind you to lift the hips from the ground, and then slowly place your hands on the lower part of the back to lift and extend the legs up towards the ceiling. Whichever variation you've taken, stay there for 5, another 4, 3, another 2, and 1 more. Exhale. If you're in the legs up the wall, and then you can take happy baby. And if you're in your shoulder stand, you can lower your legs all the way back for your plow pose. If you prefer not to take plow pose, then you can go all the way back down and take your happy baby. If you are in your plow pose, then maybe you can interlace your fingers behind the back and start to extend your arms behind you towards the opposite direction of where your body is. You don't have to take the bound arm variation if that doesn't feel good in your shoulders. You can always keep your hands at your lower back. And breathe here for another 3. If you are in your happy baby, then just allow yourself to breathe into the opening of your hamstrings and of your hips. And let's take one more big breath in. And as you exhale, gently release your hands. We're all going to roll all the way back onto our back. And hug the knees into the chest. We'll all give ourselves a nice big squeeze here. Take a deep breath in. Big breath out. Good. Another big breath in. Big breath out. Good. Extend the legs all the way forward here, finishing up with fish pose. So the arms will extend along the sides of the body. Lift the right hip from the ground, slide the right hand underneath it. The palms are facing down and your bum is going to be resting on the back of the hand, so on the nail side of your hands. Now lift your left hip and slide your left hand underneath the bum. Squeeze the elbows one towards the other. Start to push into the elbows so that the chest lifts off of the mat. Keep the legs strong, point the toes and squeeze the big toes together. Inhale. Exhale, gaze to the space behind you as you puff the chest up towards the ceiling. We'll breathe here for another 3. Breathe for another 2. 1 more inhale. Slowly start to press into the elbows to lift the head back up and roll back onto the back. Unthread the hands from underneath the bum. Create some space between the feet. The palms will face up towards the ceiling. Taking our last few moments in Shavasana, go ahead and take a deep breath in from the nose as the eyes shut. Big sigh out through the mouth. A big breath in from the nose. Big sigh out through the mouth. Relax into the facial features. Allow the forehead, the eyes, the cheeks, and the jaw to become easy. Allow the shoulder blades to really weigh heavily towards the mat here, and just encourage the rest of the body to be supple and soft and receptive to the energy around you. Allow yourself to just kind of take in and soak up every last bit of energy that you kind of spilled onto the mat. And allow yourself to be rested in this moment. We'll take another big breath in right here. And a big breath out. With your next inhale, let's reach the arms all the way back overhead for a nice big stretch. And as we exhale, hug the knees into the chest. Give yourself a big squeeze. Slowly roll over one side into a fetal position, allowing yourself just to kind of collect every last bit of yourself. And when you feel like you're ready, start to make your way up into a comfy seat, collecting the palms of the hands together at the heart. Taking one final cleansing breath as you inhale through the nose and sigh it out. Inhale the thumbs to your third eye, recognizing mind, intellect, intuition. Exhale, bow the chin to the chest, recognizing light, life, and love within. Thank you so much for taking the time to move your body today, and mostly thank you for allowing me to guide you. I hope that this practice helped you feel really a little bit more grounded in your body, a little bit more present in your breath, and more anchored in the moment. So if you enjoyed this class, please don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe, and maybe even share it with a friend or a loved one. Thanks again, and I'll see you next time.